What's up? Listen, this past controller, man, we're going to talk about a few things going off, man, because first of all, Metal Gear movie is happening after years I've been talking about it, man, since I've been to E3. And of course, we got to talk about our favorite Easter egg games, man. And PlayStation Hike is happening right now, man. Listen, we're going to talk about that because this is Past the Controller.
Attention, you are now tuned in to Pass the Controller.
Oh, no, I like that.
Show me your moves. How these noobs get good and get in the groove.
Gears of war like Sonic hopping the tuck.
You don't want the smoke, you'll get body by McNucks.
Come for the character, stay for the content.
Fans from the elite to the civic binding.
Conventions are streamed, the topics to see.
So tune in. Peace and hair grease.
Let's go, baby.
Peace and hair grease.
Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller.
What's up, PTC Nation? You already know this is Past Controller, man. Welcome back to a brand new episode. You already know who I am. I'm McNuts. I'm the saltiest gamer alive, man. Listen, I got a lot of things to talk about, man. I've been through hell and back, man. I've been at PAX. I'm gonna talk with these guys about PAX East, man, and what I've seen at PAX, man. It's gonna be crazy. But before we do that, man, listen, we got the crew here. You already know. You've seen this before. You've seen this every episode. This is 91st episode. It's crazy, man. Yo, Civic, what's good with you, man? How you been?
All's well, man. Just living the dream, dude. Yo, I'm excited for this one because it's been a minute since it's just been the core group here. So we can get down and talk about the nitty gritty. We got a lot of stuff going on. I love the topics tonight. The one I'm excited for is Easter eggs in video games because for those who celebrated Easter last week, we talk about Easter eggs in video games, which is a time-honored tradition. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. So let me toss it over to Eric. Give us a little kickoff here, and we'll get to it.
Who? Who? Oh, you're talking about Smoke. Oh, Smoke. Oh,
There's an owl.
Okay. I was like, who's Eric? Oh, wait a second. We got someone that just snuck in the back. He must have.
I did what?
He must have finished watching his next door neighbor's cat. He just came in before I even get ready to talk. We got Nick the intern heading back, making his grand appearance with his 50s quaff. What's going on, Nick? What you up
Dude,
to?
I'm feeling quafty. How about you, man? You know, you go to the gym and you have
Look,
dinner and
look
you
like
rush
Space
home.
Dandy.
Oh, you know, look at that. I'm just gonna do this the whole. I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
Me, him,
Oh
him,
my
me,
God.
him, me,
Oh
him.
my
No,
God.
no, not him, me, him. No, okay.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
Mark, wasn't that one of your? Isn't that one of your Twitch emotes or something like that? The wild. Yeah. I'm perfectly coiffed. I ain't never gonna lose this coiffed. Yeah, I'm feeling good, guys. Sorry I'm a little late. You know, just having dinner, whatever. It's a good weekend, so you know
Oh,
we
absolutely.
have a little. Yeah, let's
I
get it.
can't.
I'm ready to talk some nonsense with my boys.
Woo, we
Oh.
got 9 more episodes before the 100 episode. I'm
Yes.
excited tonight.
Crazy.
We're counting them down. We're getting close. Easter. We're talking about a lot of stuff, games that we played, everything under the sun. We're back. We're going to be doing it up tonight. Get ready because we got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely, man. Listen, but I hope everybody had a great, holiday. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Listen, if you've been Easter egg hunting, man, and all that kind of stuff, getting some chocolate and then catching bunnies. I've been catching bunnies, but we'll talk about that another time. But yeah,
Catching
listen.
bunnies?
Yeah,
It's
listen.
a video game podcast. Don't get
Right,
bunnies
exactly.
here. What do we
But yeah, it's not. But listen, man. I hope everybody have a great holiday. But other than that, man, listen. First of all, I want to start it off with this, man. So I just came back from PAX East, right? I did a last second trip to PAX. I was like, you know what? I might as well. I got to see what's up with PAX, man. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Real quick, Nintendo was there, so that kind of forced me to go to PAX. Nintendo finally was there, so there's a sign that will the big companies come back to like conformation? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of companies been like, PlayStation, Microsoft, man. I mean, I know they have a lot of stuff that's happening, behind the scenes and stuff like that. But with Nintendo coming back and kind of showing off now, like, having the whole floor, it's good. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. They showed off Pokemon Champions, which Nick, you will love that game. That's a good game. We're gonna talk about more about that because even though it was great, I got to try it out. There's
I choose
the,
you.
the launch is a little bit funky, man. We'll talk about that later on too, man. So I mean, we thought Pokemon Champions was gonna be the next wave of great tournament fighters and all that stuff too. Maybe not. Who knows?
It was a wave like this.
It was, man, but it was fun there. It was fun there. But yeah, big shout out to Nintendo, man, for actually gracing the scenes of PAX, man, which was awesome. So hopefully they'll be there next year. Hopefully Sony, PlayStation,
Hopefully we'll be
Microsoft,
there
Xbox.
next year.
Listen, man, I want E3 back, man. Which, by the way, there should have been an announcement, which I remember it was supposed to be happening. E3's replacement convention called Icon was supposed to happen in June or something like that, I believe, or whatever this year. But I haven't heard anything about that, man. So listen, I've been keeping track with that because I've been missing that vibe so much, man. Now, if it does come back, that'd be great, because I mean, listen, that's something that we can all kind of go to, man. I would love to see.
I'll go to Icon.
Yeah.
Icon's an underrated superhero, so I'm down to celebrate at any point. You know what I mean? We got them. We're having milestones, if you know what I mean. Anyway,
Yo,
moving on.
legit, man. But no, hopefully it does return, dude. Like, seriously, I want these video game conventions and events to actually happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be awesome. Besides a few that we have here, like with PAX and Too Many Games, stuff like that, nice. But at least the big, corp conventions, man, like E3, Icon, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Or, listen, it's a good sign, put it that way. You know what I'm saying, to the video game community. So I mean, hopefully that does happen. We'll see what it does, in June. If not, then I mean, listen, we still got our conferences online, which it's not the same.
We'll go
but,
to Comic-Con. There
yeah,
you
go to Comic-Con, San Diego. I mean, other than that, but anyway, but yeah. So listen, that was PAX was fun. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens next year. But forget about that, man. We're gonna talk about the games we've been playing, man. Listen, Smoke, man, I gotta go to you, man. What have you been playing, cuz?
Yeah, I
off the
want to
bat-
hear this one, man. I want to hear this one.
Right off the bat, when Crimson Desert came out, people were kind of like first come first serve type, reviews, and not doing a really thorough review in some cases, where they just wanted to be the first ones out and find a way to crap on it and all, not giving it a chance to breathe or let alone any improvements and all. But as much as people in the beginning tried to crap on it, it is now one of the most revered games right now.
Yeah.
Not just as gameplay, but as the devs are listening to the fans and making improvements. This is one of the fastest growing games as far as patches. They're listening to feedback. They're being very proactive, the devs, Pearl Abyss, and they're doing an outstanding job. The game keeps getting better and better by the week. The original game, when it first came out on the, and people were playing it, it's nothing like compared to what it is now. So my recommendation to anybody out there, reviewers, YouTubers, whatever, when you got a game like this on a large scale, just like Cyberpunk, GTA, all these games that are open world, before you make a hardcore review, maybe give it like an early review where you're just giving your surface review, but don't give an overall review, because a lot of times these games are going through growing pains in the beginning. They need some corrections and all this. This game is bigger, to me, in my opinion, is bigger than Red Dead Redemption.
Really?
It's on a larger scale. Like, listen, this game alone covers 4 to 5 different maps. As of today, I'm 60 hours in. I'm still on the first map. There's so much to cover, from building your camp to sending the people that you are trying to reunite with, and then you send them out to help build your camp. In the same time, you're out there trying to help people. It's like Game of Thrones meets Red Dead Redemption meets Cyberpunk meets
like Death Stranding, kind of like big map.
Death Stranding. It's a little bit of everything, because this game, it has its own engine, so it's not dealing with the traditional different engines out there and all that stuff. It has its own engine, and it is such a remarkable game. Like I said again, I've been up till 4 a.m. playing this game, and I have to sometimes take myself off the game because it is so hard to get. There's no microtransactions as of right now. There has been no microtransactions. They have swords you can find, like the some of the swords with heavy crit like power. I mean, seriously, there's nothing like from costumes to armor suits to everything. You can build your own robot. You can fly dragons in this game. Hell, you can even fly in a freaking air balloon. The possibilities are endless in this game. I'm telling you right now, this is the most in-depth game I've come across. And like I said, I love Red Dead Redemption.
Right.
I love games that have open world, but this has taken everything by storm. This is definitely a Game of the Year contender. With GTA coming out and everything, and I've heard a lot of good things about what's going to be happening with that, it's going to have to measure up to what Pearl Abyss has put out with Crimson Desert. Again, this is the key. The devs are listening to the players. The devs are going back in. Almost every week since this game has come out, every maybe 2 or 3 days, they're putting up patches to improve the game, from the gameplay to like everything from graphics to everything. The people that are using the PC, they're trying to find ways to make improvements for the PC for everyone to have fun. You have more than one main character. You have 2 other characters that you can play. Now they're giving you the option where those separate characters will have their own playing styles, and at the same time you can do their own thing with them separately or together. There are so many open possibilities, and they're going to be doing a lot more. They just made a major announcement last night. They're going to be adding more to this game. I'm telling you right now, be on the lookout, because a lot of people have been talking about it. Crimson Desert is definitely going to be one of the sleeper hits of this year and a Game of the Year contender. I guarantee you, you will not disappoint yourself if you get this game. Just remember, when you get this, because they even people were talking about, well, it's like a Souls-like. It's really not.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, because
That's like Breath of the Wild. Like Breath of the Redemption or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
now putting out levels where if you want to have it extremely hard, they're going to put out different level tiers. So this way, if you are the casual gamer that wants to come in and play open world game and enjoy it, you can. They did it where you could play bosses, and if you want a challenge, you can go back. And it's like I said, it's all this conspiracies, you're taking out different factions. At the same time, somebody might be getting robbed and you go to help them. At the same time, you got to go across. And this is all different types on the world map. You got from the highest, like heaviest and hottest deserts to the coldest regions, high mountains. You could be on one mountain and look across and you see this high tower and you want to get from point A to point B. You can fly. You can just so much you can do. You can transport yourself. They just finished fixing a thing where originally when you can transport, you had to transport off your mount. Now you can be on your mount and transport. They just added new mounts from bears, dragons, tigers, deer.
Oh my.
So yes, exactly. So again, the game is endless. So
Smoke, can I ask you a
highly
question?
recommend everyone check out Crimson Desert. Also, other game I'm gonna this.
Wait,
if you
smoke. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Is there an actual story to this game? Like,
Yes,
I
there is.
genuinely.
Yeah,
okay,
there has
cool.
to be.
Yeah,
There
I
has to
had-
be. There has to be.
it's-
I heard like at one point you can just like explore and just do stuff,
you
kind
can.
of like Breath of the Wild, and just like not even touch the like story.
You can,
I
yeah.
want to ask you real quick. How do you feel about because that's literally we haven't talked about it. How do you feel about like the actual story? Is it pretty
The
like
story-
just
well, the
you're just a night
storyline-
guy or whatever? You're just getting redemption. Did your family? You're getting Red Dead Redemption,
Well,
but you know whatever.
basically,
Like I don't know.
you had a group called the Grey Maids,
Mhm.
and they were invaded by this other faction. All of them supposedly have gotten killed or they were separated, and your characters basically miraculously comes back to life or to the effect, and
That
he's out
respawn.
there trying to recruit his old band and at the same time, while he's doing that, he's on different missions while he's gathering his group together and everything
Throughout
and
the
you're
world,
building your
yeah.
new camp and everything else. So you're helping out different factions and you're building your legacy, your reputation as the Grey Mazes. But it's so much more than that. It goes deeper than that.
Yeah, it's reminding me of like Shadow of Mordor and stuff a little bit
Yeah,
too.
It's
Like
a lot
any of those
Shadow
kind of like.
Mordor. Yeah,
Or like if you put a
definitely-
hood on this guy, he could be an assassin. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
or
Right.
one of those
Yeah.
things.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I mean, they give you options to steal. I mean, like it's just like Red Dead Redemption, they have a system where you have bad deeds. If you're doing bad deeds, if you're stealing in this game,
Oh, notoriety.
yeah, the
and all
notoriety.
that.
But if you're stealing, you know, and you get caught stealing,
Uh-huh.
you gotta pay. You gotta pay, and it's
They
really
slap your
cool, but
wrist.
if no one sees you and you go to steal, you know they're not gonna. No one sees you, so there's so many levels on this game, and puzzles.
Oh,
There's
that's
so
sick.
many puzzles and everything else, but the game is so fun. You will be addicted to you, and it's hard for you to get off because you're like, all right, I want to see what I can do. If a boss kicks your butt while you're playing, you can go back and say, okay,
What
I'm
in
gonna
the
come back to
state? What the heck is that guy
I'm
wearing?
so
gonna
freaking
come back to
cool.
this boss
He said
later on.
Mastodon or
Yeah.
whatever with it. Jeez.
Yeah, like there's a boss. If you're playing a boss and you're getting your ass handed to you,
Yeah.
you can always come back and take on that boss as you power up your character and come back to that same region.
It's great.
To take on, and you don't lose any kind of stats or anything. If you get killed, you keep all your items. So it's not like if you're playing a what you call game, and you lose, you're
Like
going
Dark
in-
Souls or whatever, where you lose
like
everything.
Dark Souls, you lose everything. You got to start from, no, it's not like that at all. I think, people are kind of getting tired of Souls-like games, and it's not that it's not fun to play, but it's more or less for those people that want the challenge. This game, I think originally it was supposed to go one direction, and they end up going in a whole totally different direction with the
You
game.
don't know you're
And
beautiful.
Right.
even the developer said originally it was supposed to be more like Game of Thrones, and instead it
Okay.
kind
I
of
can
took
see
on
that. Okay.
a monster of itself, and it kind of expanded from dealing with mechs. You can build your own mechs, jetpacks, and everything else. Another game I'm going to recommend while it's still happening.
I want to talk about this one.
It's good until the 13th. Is the beta for Invincible Versus.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's talk about this. I
Okay.
want to know what you're doing.
I'm going to just say, thumbs up. I'm going to let you handle that one.
No,
Pass
no,
the
no, no.
Have you
I haven't.
played it?
I haven't touched it. I'm terrible at fighting games like that. The only one I play is Spider Zero. I just love Invincible. I've read the whole comic. I love the show.
If you
all
love
that,
the
so
show, you will love this.
I'm definitely
game.
gonna check it out at some point because
Yeah.
it looks fun. It's definitely this is a perfect franchise for something like this. Absolutely. So
Right.
like
Yeah.
as long as it's playing well, that's all that matters.
Oh,
Like
it
they got
plays
a bunch
great.
of characters and all that, and like they have even like game exclusive ones. They introduced a character for this universe. Like I hope they go full in with it. I want like put Spawn in this game. Like he was in the comic for a bit. Like
Well,
they
it's
better
gotta
go
get
like in
licensed. They
depth.
got to be licensed.
Yeah.
So they might
If
have a
he can
substitute
be in,
character.
if he can be in Mortal Kombat, you mean to tell me he can't be in something
It's-
where
it's
he
a
was
lot of work to
actually
get
in the
that license,
comic?
too,
I
man.
know
Yeah,
that's why
you
he
got
wasn't
to
in
go
the
through
show.
McFarlane.
Yeah, it's a
That's
lot of work.
that's
man.
that's why
Remember
Agent
Spider-Man-
Agent
remember
Spider. Yeah, I was
Spider-Man
about
made
to say
appearance
yeah.
in it.
Agent Spider. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
character.
so-
that,
Agent
But yeah,
Spider.
this game.
that's what they call him.
again,
Yeah.
This is a game that I highly recommend that if you have the time and you want to play the beta is great. It's very intense. A lot of loved characters from the Invincible series. If you love the Invincible series, you're going to love this game. I can't wait for the game to entirely come out. There is a storyline mode also on this, but right now for the beta, they're only for online, so you can play with other people that are on the same length as you and everything on the same level. So again, that's another game I highly recommend if you have the time. The beta runs between now and the 13th. So
It's
if you have
Monday.
a PlayStation
Ooh,
or
you got
Xbox,
2 more days left.
make sure you try to download it and try the beta. I highly recommend. You're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Man, I can't wait too. The more the show gets like going and stuff like that, there's gonna add so many more characters. Because obviously, like if you read the comic, you know what all else there is to do, and it's only up from here. So this should be really, really fun. So
They've
I'm
already
definitely
added, I
checking
think,
this out
like
at some
16
point.
characters already from the
Something
show.
crazy like that. Yeah, there's definitely a
Nice.
couple more I could definitely see them doing and all that people don't know about and whatnots and some Thragon and whatnot. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited.
Thrag is going to be another character they adding on to it.
Yeah, and then I'm sure we get some Dinosauruses and whatnots and everything else in between. It's gonna be a good time.
Nice.
Put Tech Jack in there or something if he's not in there already, or she, whichever one. I don't care. He or she doesn't matter.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. All right, okay, I see that. It looks nice too. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I was curious about
Art style's great.
yeah, as far as both those games, man, with Crimson Blade and Crimson Desert and
Crimson Blade.
Crimson Blade, all right.
You're
Crimson
going
Desert
back.
and Crimson Desert, man, because I'm like, there was a lot of ons and offs with that game, and I've been following that story for the longest, man. It's like, okay, what's the problem with Crimson Desert, man? And then now it's like like you said, Smoke, the devs actually been listening, and been making a lot of adjustments, which is great. And Invincible, man, like I said, that just surprised me too, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? I hope it does succeed, man, because I think, what was the last fighting game I think that was like Invincible that pretty much didn't see the light of day, man. I'm trying to remember. That
They all
it was,
ebb and flow. Like Dragon Ball had fighters that came
in
out.
a
in the
sense, but it was
last,
like a superhero fighter, man.
I
That
mean-
was like Invincible, dude. It was like, dude,
Oh
it
well,
just-
like Marvel's
man,
coming out.
DC.
Yeah,
Well,
DC
yeah.
had it.
Yeah.
DC had Injustice, all that. They're probably doing
right,
one of them.
Injustice. Yeah, I'm hoping-
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, they've all
Right.
had recent ones, and like I feel like they've all been like hit or miss depending.
Right. And I'm hoping
they live and die by the franchise, by
Exactly.
the fandoms and stuff.
Exactly.
You know, so-
I'm hoping, especially with the competition of all these fighting games that's out here right now, man. Especially,
Yeah.
listen, you hope that Invincible does make it to like, a platform like Evo, man, where it's like recognized, man. A lot of people are gonna play it. You know what I mean?
Look, and it's such a good thing. Like for if you're a Dragon Ball fan like I am, which I don't know if I can pull my sleeve up all the way. I got my new tat.
That's nudity, man. That's nudity.
I got my Kame House. I got my new tattoo on my arm. I don't know if people see that. Whatever. Mistake wearing a hoodie, right? Like Invincible. I remember when this game got announced, I was like, oh, that makes total sense. But as a Dragon Ball fan, for every fighting game you get your your story based one, or like your 3D
Yeah.
arena fighter and all that kind
And-
of style.
and
So
remember,
this is like
Nick,
right up the
and-
alley.
and Nick,
I
remember-
want a new one.
Remember what's coming out soon? Marvel Tokon, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Marvel's got their own, yeah.
Dude,
They've seen all
exactly.
the variety of games there. So like, we all want our, just normal third-person invincible game where we get to just fly around. That I want a map as big as Crimson. I want a planet Earth where I can fly around as a Viltrumite and fight crime. All right. I want that. Make that game. If we have to do this game first in order to get to that game, as a Invincible fan, I am there for it. I will support the franchises I love.
I feel that.
Let's go.
You know what? Speaking of beat 'em up, man, I gotta showcase one game, man, that I'd say
'em
that
up,
it's
beat
a
'em up.
really cool game as far as all of us can play, man, for sure. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's a franchise that we all know and love 100%, man. It is the beautiful Scott Pilgrim EX game, dude. First of all,
Yeah,
I love
buddy.
this. I love this game, dude. I was playing it a couple days ago, man, and with me and my buddy. And this is an upgrade from the original Scott Pilgrim game that came out a long time ago, right?
Okay.
Beautiful, dude. Now, of course, you have your characters, Scott and Ramona, but then you have other choices you can pick too, man. You could pick the 7 evil X's, man. You know what I'm saying? Gideon Graves, Roxy, the guy, I forgot the guy that Captain America plays. What's the character's name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah, I forgot his character name though, man. The
That's
skateboarder.
cool guy. Yeah, what is it?
The skateboard
guys.
dude, man. Yeah. So you can pick it, which is so cool. It's like, oh snap! I'm like, so I had to pick him, man, because he's like the coolest X. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
they have their own superpowers.
You didn't want the vegan? You didn't want the vegan guy?
No,
You didn't
no,
want
man, I don't want the
Brandon
vegan.
Ruth?
I'm with the vegan, man. The skateboarder was cool, dude. Like, yo, and so it's like you can pick them all. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing is, you facing like these enemies here are called vegan Degans, man. Vegan Degans. It's so funny as crap. Like, really, vegan Degans? So yeah, you face the enemies called vegan Degans. They're facing demon girls, like like Matthew
As long
Patel.
as they're not vegan deacons at the vegan church, like
Nah,
avoid those. Avoid
Nah.
those ones.
Yo,
Of course
it's
I'm
crazy,
playing
man. But it's so much fun. Like I said, it's 4 players. Online co-op and all that stuff too. Couch co-op. So much fun, dude. A lot of fun. They really upgraded, man. Because I remember with the last Scott Pilgrim, you can go to the stores, you can upgrade your stats, stuff like that. But now it's like they have 10,000 stores you can actually go to in Toronto, which is Scott Pilgrim's setting, right? In Toronto, and you can upgrade besides the stats, and you can upgrade his powers, you can upgrade his cosmetics, man, make him look different. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much you can do in this
Did
game.
you get the physical? Did you get the physical copy or the download?
I got the digital copy on Steam. Yeah, so I was like, I gotta play. It's so much fun. But you know what? With this, I'll probably get this on PlayStation or Xbox, man, depending on what y'all playing. Because this is so cool, dude. Y'all gotta try this out, man. Like, seriously.
So
Yeah, I
is
tried.
Mono Monoguchi on the soundtrack again?
You know what? Good question. I think so, because I know they did actually put a tweet out there as well too to, I guess, market this game. So I'm going to say
Okay.
yes, they had to be play a part, because I know my Gucci is always Scott Pilgrim-esque, man. They play that retro.
I haven't played it yet, but I ordered it, I think, through maybe limited run games, one of those
Okay.
physical, but yeah, it looks really cool.
It's so
it looks a little
awesome.
smoother too,
It is. I mean, like I said, it's just an upgrade, dude. It's a legit. When I say it's an upgrade, there's no cap. It's a legit an upgrade. You know what I mean? It's by far a better. You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
have
it's
a
got
great
the lead
time.
pipe.
Yeah, right.
It's like Clue. It's
Lead-
Scott with the lead pipe at,
Dude,
at the
lead
bay
pipe.
or whatever.
The enemies are so good, dude. Like I'm telling you, like the boss battles are amazing. You got to really, collab with your team, or just make sure that your team is on point. You know what I mean, with these boss battles. What else, man? Like I said, the items, man. Like I said, besides the lead pipe, they got like magic wands, freaking lightsabers, man.
katana?
You
Yeah,
know,
okay, good,
they do.
good.
They got everything. It's crazy, dude. You know, of course, you got the demon girls that you got to face, man. Matthew
Here
Patel's
comes
girls.
the chair.
You know what I'm saying? It's so awesome, yo. I love this game. I highly recommend it. Definitely grab this, man. And of course, not like this is for people that say like, oh my God, yo, Nux, man. I remember, you was playing the old Scott Pilgrim game and you try to play multiplayer and the netcode was so awful, man, that you kept crashing. The game kept crashing. It was a box for everybody. This one right here fixed the whole thing. No crashes. Play with your friends. No worries about lagging. Nothing like that, man. They fixed it. Thank you, God. And now we can all enjoy it.
That Sonic the Hedgehog checkpoint was so good.
Of course,
you
dude.
gotta be careful though, because remember we tried to play this and like my Ubisoft account was messed up and we weren't able to play that one time. Was that this one or was that the old one?
That was the
we tried
old
to
one.
run?
That was the old one with the
Okay,
member.
good.
Because remember,
I'll
everybody.
run this one. I'll try.
Right,
Yeah.
because remember, everybody else had the same problem, man. It was not just us. Everybody else had the same problem.
You
that had
could.
this
Oh,
game.
okay, good. That was a universal. It was so annoying.
It
If you
was
weren't
straight up
signed into your
universal. It was a
Ubisoft
universal
account,
bug. Yeah,
you
it was.
literally couldn't crossplay or anything like that. It was
Yeah,
like
you
it was
can't.
wild.
It was so horrible to play
frustrating.
online, dude. But this one, they was like, okay, yeah, we fixed it. We fixed the netcode, blah blah blah, this and that. Okay, yeah, we'll make sure that y'all play with your friends. So yeah, there we go. You know what I mean? It's such an upgrade. This is way more fun than the OG, man. Yeah.
Speaking of 2D fight 'em ups, beat 'em ups. In the next 2 weeks, you got Jay and Silent Bob coming out.
That's right. Yep.
And you got Masters of the Universe coming out.
Oh,
I forgot about that one too. Yeah.
Oh,
and then
dude.
the Marvel collection just dropped, I think, for like the old X-Men games and all that.
That's
I
right.
just bought the Power Rangers game on sale for just Xbox just to have it.
Dude.
Both consoles now. Beat 'em ups are always going to be fun, especially the more co-op you can do. The more people you
Absolutely.
can sit down and beat up with, the better.
Yeah, so this is my McNucks must have for April. You know, what I mean, you have to have it, dude. Like seriously,
This is the McNucks must-have of the month.
must have of the month for the month of April, man. Like seriously, if you don't get this game, I mean, yo,
If you don't put these McNucks in your mouth this month,
exactly.
you're missing out.
I can't, man. Sif, how about you? What you been playing, dude? I can't, dog.
All right. Well, mine kind of starts with a little bit of a weird story. So,
Mhm.
I really love, like elevated horror. I like horror movies in general.
Yeah.
But elevated horror, Asian horror, psychological horror, stuff that's a little avant-garde, sometimes a little bit more skewing towards, like Black Mirror or Twilight Zone, stuff
Right.
like this. So the other night, I was literally just browsing through, was like IMDb. I just wanted to see like what kind of horror movies were trending.
Mhm.
Like, and I knew nothing about sometimes I like to go in blind. I just want to see a movie without hearing, seeing trailers or reading reviews. I
Right.
just jump in and say, hey, is what it is. So a movie came up called Exit 8. And I'm looking at this, I'm reading the description of it, and it caught me instantly. And I don't remember exactly what it said, but it's like man on a subway is caught in a never-ending
Anomaly. Yep.
like hallway, like subway hallway, trying to get out. And I'm like, okay, that sounds badass. Like I'm like, okay. So I fire up this movie, and I believe it's in Japanese.
Yep.
With subtitles.
Yep.
And I'm watching this movie, and it starts off, and it's shown from a first person perspective.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's on a train. He's looking around in the train, sees people interacting, gets off a train. He's walking down a hallway, up some stairs, through a hallway. And the entire time I'm watching the beginning of this, I'm sitting here going, this looks like it could be a video game.
Yep.
Like this movie looks. I'm watching it, and I'm watching how it plays out. So I pause the movie for a second, and I'm like, wait a minute. I go, this looks like a video game. It could
Mhm.
be. So I go, Google a little bit. Now my interest is piqued. And lo and behold, this movie is an adaptation of a video game that came out in late 2023
Yep.
by
Interesting.
Kotaku Create.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more or less like one person who developed this game.
Yep.
I think there are end credits to the game, but
Right.
I think for the most part, it's one person, and I might screw up their name. Here we go. This is their name. Kotaken Otokeke.
That sounds about right. Yeah, 100.
I'm
Yep.
trying my best.
Ooh. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm like, oh, this is really cool. This is cool. So I unpause this movie and I'm watching it, and it's blowing my mind. So
Uh-huh.
here's the whole story. We're gonna show clips of the game, but the game looks just like the movie.
Mhm.
It's this guy who's walking through this subway
Oh, I've
station
seen this.
who
Okay.
he can't get out, and he starts in the movie. I'm gonna go back between talking about the movie and the video game.
Yeah,
so
go
you
ahead.
know.
Mm-hmm.
The game actually has very little storyline, almost no
Nothing.
storyline.
Yeah.
But the movie builds on this. The movie just came out like
Really?
last week in North America. I think it was just localized, so it's brand new movie just came out. I think it went straight to streaming.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm watching this thing, and the story is basically this guy. He's starting to have like this panic attack in this subway, and he comes across a poster that basically says you have to search out for the anomalies
Yep.
in this hallway in order to proceed, because this hallway never ends, but it does loop. Think about like back to PT, playable trailer.
Yep.
Remember that? Kojima, right, and Guillermo del Toro. It's kind of got that sort of vibe where you don't know if this thing is ever going to end. You just don't know. Like you keep walking down the hall, the same guy passes you, you see the same posters, you see the same doors, but then you start to figure out there's these little differences you see each
Mhm.
time they pass. Sometimes they're big differences, sometimes they're small differences. But the game and the movie challenges this protagonist to see if he can pick out what the abnormalities are. If he can find if he walks through the hallway and there's nothing abnormal, he goes straight.
Right.
If he sees something that is out of the ordinary, it might be something on a poster, it might be something on the subway tile, it might be something having to do with the person that's walking towards you. Anything can be different, but if he spots an abnormality, it tells him you have to go back. You have to turn around and physically go back to go forward. And the idea is you eventually have to find these abnormalities and walk a certain amount of distance so that you can get to exit 8.
Mhm.
And it starts you at 0. So you go to 0 and you're walking through this thing, and if you're good and you're observant, you'll go to exit 1, and then 2, and then 3, and so on until you get to exit 8. But if at any point in time you walk too far and missed an abnormality, it resets to 0.
Ooh.
If you walk backwards too far without seeing an abnormality, it
Like this
resets
guy
to
just
0.
did. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is such a psychological trip. It's just nuts. And you're just bombarded with feelings of claustrophobia, isolation. It's a horror game that doesn't have like an antagonist. There's no bad guy, there's no gore, there's no blood and guts. It's just deeply mentally disturbing
Yeah.
to be trapped into this locale where you can't get out. Now, I'll take it a step further. So the movie basically adapts this into a story. Like the video game has like no storyline. You just
Right.
don't even know why you're there. But the movie retrofits a cogent story on top of this, and it does it so well. And it tells I don't want to spoil too much. I'll say this. It gets into different perspectives. And I think that's all I want to talk about the movie. I would highly advocate you go out, check out the movie because
Okay, because I do want to see the movie. You say when they get into different perspectives, is it not just the main character there, like the guy that's the
Yes.
point of view? It's not
Yes.
just him.
Yes, there's a reason why the other man is there walking. There's a reason why.
No
you
way. I
are
gotta see this
walking.
after the. I gotta see this after the show. I gotta see this after the show.
There are character motivations and there's little twists. And I'm gonna say, for the record, I think this is the best movie adaptation of a video game ever, bar none.
Really?
Interesting.
We have debated this on this show to death. We've talked about Super Mario World.
Yeah.
We've talked about Mortal Kombat. We've talked about
The new
Final
Mario movie
Fantasy
came out this
VII
month.
Advent
Yeah.
Children. We've talked about the Last of Us TV
Really?
show.
I'm gonna take your word, cuz.
But I'm
Okay.
going to tell you, so far as taking a video game and making it into a full-length movie, there's nothing that touches this. This is as good as it's ever going to
Oh,
get.
you got me hyped,
because-
cuz.
Dang.
All right, I gotta see this. Yeah.
And by the
Mark,
way,
you gotta play this while you watch the movie. You gotta do it at the exact same time.
No,
Play the
because
game, watch the movie, and see what happens.
Where's the thing before I'm let Civ continue? Because I
yeah, my
remember
bad.
playing this when it first came out. I played for What in the World Wednesday, man. It was like a weird game. I was like, dude, because I'm not good at observing games, and I'm like, dude, what is so different? Because everything makes you second guess. I'm like, is this different? I didn't see this before, but it was the same thing. I hate that because I always second guess myself.
The real enemy in this game, that if you want to say if there's an antagonist, the antagonist is you.
Facts.
And you're also the protagonist. Like you are your own worst enemy. The game doesn't do anything to actively mess you up. You're literally just walking.
You're second guessing.
So
exactly.
If you're not, you'll second guess yourself. You'll overanalyze things.
You forget about Dre.
You'll miss a lot of stuff. It's just crazy. So like the video game itself, it came out, like I said, 2023. I'm playing the PlayStation version right now that has cross buy. So if you buy it for PS4 or 5,
okay,
it's one-time buy. But it's like $4. It's a $4 game,
That's
and
cool.
you'll rip through it in probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So it almost has the same pacing as the movie, which I think is amazing. But it stays with you. It's so psychologically deep. And it's so original. I've just never played anything like this. I don't know what to compare it to. Like I said, like it's kind of like PT in that you're kind of walking down a hallway repeatedly and you're trying to pick out I guess you're just trying to progress the story somehow. But just picking up on the details.
Dude, it's so interesting because
Dude.
my girlfriend and I just went and saw that Robert Pattinson Zendaya movie, the drama, and one of the trailers was for that other movie that's coming out that's based off of the similar kind of horror game, but that yellow room one, like where like the creepy room with like the monster that chases you, like you know that one, that horror game that one guy made. They're doing a Yeah, it's like a big yellow room, and if you look around each corner, like a
you're talking
monster
about
will come out.
Backrooms.
Yeah,
Backrooms, that's
that
right.
one. Thank
That's
you.
right. I saw the
Thank you.
trailer.
That I just saw the trailer in theaters like a couple hours ago. We went and saw the drama at like 1:30, so I saw the trailer like around there, and I was like, "Oh, this is that game. It's going to be like a movie and all that." So it's so crazy that they also are doing this with this. It's very like kind of obviously the games are like not 100% similar. They're both like I feel like that like Backrooms is more like actual like horror versus this, which is just kind of like psychological,
horror.
like Sim said. But like yeah, so it's so funny that we're doing more stuff like this. I like that the medium, like I like also too, I think the more we go on, the more as this like, you know, art form evolves, like we're gonna find more interesting ways to do it. Like I would love to, like if we went to a movie theater and you had to like actually like play a game while watching the movie kind of like experience or something like that, like that'd be crazy. But like this is great. I love seeing how creative people have been and like just keep going with it. Like yeah, this is awesome. And for it to be like so cheap too, and just like to have fun. I've seen people do speed runs of this and just like, all right, this poster, that one, the green one, but blue, like, you know, just like it's wild. So good for this developer, you know, good for them.
There,
So this game is available on Android, iOS, MetaQuest, Windows, Switch 2, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, all that stuff. So you know, it's just it's got a creepiness to it, and I'll tell you, like honestly, I finished watching the movie before I ever played the game, and there's a lot of stuff that carries over, and you realize how good the movie is. It's accentuated by how good the game is. Let's put it that way. I think it's a really solid adaptation. Now, there is a sequel to the game called Platform 8.
Yes.
Same developer, everything. That one is also $4, and that one takes place on the actual subway.
Right.
Something like a subway car.
Right.
And that's all I'm going to say about that one. I don't want to get too deep into it, but they're both really good. I played through both, and like it's very cool. It's very creative, and it looks great. And definitely play the game and watch the movies or the movie rather.
Yeah, wait, I was gonna say, do you think they'll do a movie for the sequel? Do you think they're
most
gonna
likely,
keep going
most
with
likely.
it?
Well, here's the thing, because I really this is like I think they're calling it like anomaly genre games now. You know, with Exit 8 and like Platform 8. There's a bunch of other anomaly games. Which if you love this, go through the whole I'm on Observation Duty series. It's like about 8 of those games, I believe, right now, or 6. I forgot. But I'm on Observation Duty. Again, it's finding anomalies, and you're just, you know, again, your mind is playing with you. You know what I mean? To me, I can't stand those games, but I can see the creepiness to it. You know what I mean? Like I love watching people play it, but I cannot play that myself because, again, I hate second guessing myself. Or I do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This
like
is one of those rare
like a
cases
Bop It.
where I think that the feeling of horror is more palpable in the movie adaptation than in the game.
Right.
Sometimes you play a game and you feel because you're that character that it's more tangible, like the feeling of fear is more real and it
Right.
affects you more. But this is one of those cases where the movie really, like, because I think they put some twists in there that make you really feel more tense about it. Like the guy's having like an asthma attack while he's realizing what's going on. You can hear his breathing, and you get some unsettling news on a cell phone before this all embarks, and you just
Right.
really, it's super tense. Like I like that kind of horror. It's not horror in the sense that you feel like, oh my God, a slasher's going to come out and stab me, I'm going to die. No, it's like fear in your own mind of
Yep.
stuff, and like the idea that the world's screwing with you, you know?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
and
Yeah.
at the end of
This.
this, you don't get any answers. There's no, even in the movie, like there's no closure. You don't actually ever know, like, why is this happening? But the movie just does such a good job of like wrapping it in a sensible way at the end
Really.
that
That's
feels
cool.
very cool. You're like, okay, that's really, really cool. It's neat how it works out. So yeah, highly recommend both movie and the game. Exit 8.
Oh,
Check it out.
dude, and yeah, like honestly, dude, this again, it's a bunch of games just like Exit 8, man, that y'all gotta, definitely take a look at, man, if you're interested in it. You got me again.
Yeah.
I gotta see the movie. I gotta see the movie. Like I said, I played Exit 8 when it first came out, but I gotta see the movie how that kind of like, expands on that, man, because
Yeah.
that
Next
is
is like
wild.
claustrophobia simulator 2026 or something. Like this
Basically,
is
is what
great.
it
Like,
is. Yeah,
well, yeah, it's like claustrophobia horror. That's what we'll call it. Like it's
for
like
real.
I would freak out if you told me I kept going around the corner and I couldn't get the platform 9 3/4 or whatever. Make my train to Hogwarts. It's
Exactly,
ridiculous.
exactly. But Nick, how about you? What you playing, man?
Man, I'll keep it short and sweet. We've been talking for a while. We've been having a good time, but me and my buddy Tommy. Shout out to Tommy. Him and I have been friends since preschool, and
Tommy.
we've been playing games a very long time, and we have been playing through the Master Chief Collection. So we did Halo Reach, which is my personal favorite, I have to say. We did
Mm-hmm.
Halo Combat Evolved. I'm sitting there pressing select, just switching between the old graphics and the new
Yep.
graphics, just
Yep.
having fun because you can. And we are now on to Halo 2 on the
Yeah,
anniversary
buddy.
edition. It's a good time, man. Hey, no one needs to tell you to play Halo. Everyone should at least, especially with it now coming to PlayStation at this point. Like, I feel like we can enjoy the fact like Master Chief is a video game mascot. He doesn't even need to be an Xbox One anymore, especially because the Xbox is going to be whatever it's going to be now. But playing through Halo 2 is always fun. The dual wield stuff like that. Honestly, I wish they bring that back because Halo Infinite's still fun to play every once in a while, but the Master Chief Collection, just like
Yeah.
that nostalgic feel. Like I will say, when we reload multiplayer too, which will just run some like the party games that people do in Forge World and all that stuff, and
Right.
like or even just some of the classic Slayer, just like on any of the other games, like it's still just fun and good. But I will be there sometimes. I'm like, man, I need my grappling hook back. I need to get the Halo Infinite and
Yeah.
like swing around because that game just still also feels fun. But it's Halo, man. It's timeless for a reason. And Halo 2 was, one of the greatest sequels of all time for a reason, and it still stands. And Keith David's performance as the Arbiter is a really
That's right.
obviously a great welcomed addition. I just watched with Danny and I just watched Mike and Nick and Alice, and Keith David was in there. He plays a mob boss. He was fantastic in that. Check it out on Hulu if you guys got little pass a little popcorn to you. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man. But like Halo 2 is just fun. All Halos are fun, even for what they were. Like, because what I love about it too is like we're talking about like all of Halo just collectively is like what it's become over the years. And, obviously we haven't gotten the perfect like movie to game adaptation, like we were talking before with Exit 8, but Halo is just a story you have to experience. And jumping around, having fun. Oh, you turn on Grunt Birthday Party, just have a
Yeah.
good time. It's what gaming is about. And then also like it's fun when Sergeant Johnson comes in or like says some crazy shit. Like it just takes you back to a simpler time, or when or at the same time, like when it gets pretty crazy when Master Chief's getting picked up by a giant world mind, whatever the heck, like
Right.
slime, like alien thing, and then like the Covenant's talking about like, oh, the prophecy and some crap. It's like, oh, shut up, and just hit him with your gun, and throw a sticky at him, and have fun while you do it. And also just like customization and everything that the Master Chief Collection has done. And you want to talk about a game that's like improved over the years and stuff they've had. I found out we went to Forge, they added like on Reach, like you can just spawn in like the spaceships and stuff. Like from
Right.
they've gone back and done stuff like slice of life things to the game, and the customization and just like the easiness to experience Halo now. Like it's just it's worth taking up space on your hard drive, at least in my opinion. So I'm currently in Halo 2, part of our campaign. We're not doing any like crazy legendary run or anything like that. We're not that sadistic yet, but yeah, man, it's just like because my first Xbox was the 360, and like by the time like Reach was the game that was out at the time, so I never went back fully and like did the story. So for me, this is actually my first time experiencing it, and it's a good time, whether it's Halo and like a novel or a game and nothing else. One of those two options, maybe a comic book or like an animated movie or something like that. Halo's had some good movies too, like the 3D animated one, and like
Yeah, true.
obviously some or if you want to just rock out some Red versus Blue and have some fun, like some good old fashioned, whatever machinima like that, like Halo's always going to be around, and I'm always happy to have fun experience it. So yeah, check out Halo 2, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo Reach, whatever.
I'll tell you, man.
ODST.
Yeah, I'll
Play
tell you,
some
man.
Halo.
Halo stands the test of time. To be honest with you, man,
We
That's
gotta bring
always
it
been-
back, Mark. We gotta run some
Yeah,
Halo back
you're right.
on
You're
Monday.
right. We do.
That'd
We
be-
have
that'd
to,
be fun.
man. I'll
Every
miss it,
time I
dude.
bring it up as my game of the month. So whenever we get to Halo 3 and I bring that up in a couple months,
Yeah,
we'll,
for real.
we'll go through our next wave, We'll be good.
Nah, this is freaking. I'll tell you, man. I love Halo, man. And Halo 2 is again my favorite. With
You know
Reach,
what?
You know.
You know what's been great about it too? Just like, it's a classic game. You gotta
Yep.
find your skulls. You gotta find your collectibles, man. Easter eggs and stuff like that. Whatever, man. But
Yeah.
like, it's good. It is fun.
Dude, man, we talk about
Check it
like,
out.
video game adaptations and movies and stuff like that, man. And I mean, listen, we're in a generation, man, where we're spoiled on both medias, man, from video games to movies, man. Talking about movies real quick, I want to throw this headline to y'all, man, which is finally happening, man, because I've been talking about this since the first season of Pass Controller, man, when I made this, this news, and we're talking about Metal Gear Solid movie, man. I said, I know you're gonna be happy about this. You too, Smoke. It's Metal Gear Solid movies in the works from Final Destination Duel as they ink Sony's first look. Here's the thing. This is coming from The Verge, right? Now, just a year ago, Zach Lepowski and Adam B. Stein were in a filmmaking duo with humble indie horror roots, prepping to release their first release sizable feature, Final Destination Bloodlines. That's where we know them from, right? From New Line Cinema. Now, they are so in demand that Sony Pictures have snared them, right? Signing the duo to a sweeping and expansive first look deal, which covers all the studio's film labels. As a part of the deal, the duo will direct Sony's Columbia Pictures adaptation of Metal Gear Solid, the pioneering video game created by Hideo Kojima. It would mark the first time the blockbuster title, a stealth combat game with sci-fi and spy features, will be brought to the screen. And of course, those two are going to be directing it, man. That is locked in. Now, here's the thing, because when the first season, if you go back, for those that are diehard watchers of Pass Controller, man, the first season, I know I talked about Metal Gear Solid coming back from E3, and I said I was at the panel for the Metal Gear Solid movie, and it was supposed to be directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts. Remember that, right?
Is that the Oscar Isaac one?
Huh?
Was that the one where it was gonna be Oscar Isaac as Snake?
No, they really didn't put any details about it, man. You know what I'm saying? But
thought he
again,
was
we just
tied to it at one
we
point,
just
yeah.
knew about the director, Jordan Vogt Roberts. Of course, he directed Kong Skull Island and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. At that time, I was like, I love Kong Skull Island, man. What he's gonna do, Metal Gear? I was like, all right, I have faith in him. For some reason, that dropped through the ball. I was like, man, is the movie going to come out? Now it is, of course, from we got the two from Final Destination, man. Which Final Destination, man, you got to look at stuff that's happening there, all the action. You know what I mean? How do you feel about this? Do you feel motivated? Civ, Smoke, man, do y'all feel like y'all feel good about this, man? Is it going to appeal to y'all? Are y'all Final Destination fans?
I love Final Destination. That goes without saying. I don't know if I've ever made this claim on our show or not, but my feeling, there's a lot of hyperbole from me tonight, by the way, because I already just said that I thought that the movie adaptation of Exit 8 is the finest of all time so far as video game adaptation.
Yeah.
I think Final Destination is the best horror series, best horror movie franchise of all
100%.
time. And I'll say why. It's never had a bad one. it continually does, it stays with its formula and never betrays the audience and always produces a great movie, and they always feel exciting. And the fact that the last one was the highest grossing one
Uh-huh.
tells me that it hasn't burned out yet. There's always more to do. So I love it for its creativity, for its originality, and I love horror. I do. So, speaking to that part, yeah, I a Metal Gear movie, I wouldn't want to write it.
Really?
That would be hard to adapt.
Yeah.
I really wish them luck, and I think that they have the skill set to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But oh man, there's so much that could go wrong. Because Kojima is so very unique. The guy is really a unicorn. The way he creates a game, the way he writes a game, produces a game, and Metal Gear is so iconic. It just, I it has a high propensity for failure. I just
Most video game live action
I-
adaptations
guys,
do, unfortunately.
you're never gonna find a bigger Street Fighter fan than me. Okay, you just won't. Like
Right.
I'm that guy. I'm Mr. Street Fighter. But this first Street Fighter movie was kind of garbage. Now I love it.
Oh, this is a
But
cult
it's
classic. It's
garbage.
cult classic, dude.
It's terrible.
Cult-
It's so bad. It's good.
It's a cult classic.
That movie is pure ass. But what it does well, it does in spite of itself. Well, how
Right.
can I put it? Because I just, for me, it's kind of like, man, they got to hit it. There's no room for error when you make a Metal Gear movie. Like Smoke. Okay, so what would you look for in a good adaptation of a Metal Gear movie?
I was originally going to say you have to have a really good writer. You have to have doesn't matter who the director is. The script has to be tight. It has to be good.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do your research. You have to think what can be brought to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the only other possible way you could do it is through AI. And people are still screaming about pitchforks and torches and all that. So until people get over that hump, that's only one way you could do it. But if you're going to make a more grounded Metal Gear movie, you have to do it in a sense that one is going to appeal to the fans. Two, that's going to stick to this going to stick the landing as far as storyline, as far as characters.
Yep.
You have to, because you're not going to please everyone, no matter how. Look at Watchmen. I'm going to use Watchmen as a prime example. You got Watchmen. They did it almost page by page from the book, with the exception of the ending, which was understandable why they changed it. But still, no matter how close they were making it to the book, you still have people crying about it. Now it's revered. It's like a cult classic. So going back and saying that, you have to really, for a Metal Gear Solid movie, the characters that are in the movie, you got to think about what kind of actor do you want to have playing Snake. Then you got to get, and again, it's not just about Snake. It's about his foil. You got Liquid. You got Ocelot. You got all these characters, and you have to make a tight story for people to understand that is going to get on board. And also, you got to figure out what version are you going to do. Are you going to do the very original Metal Gear Solid 1, or are you going to go back to the 1970s and do the story of Big Boss? So again, it comes
They
back.
would do. I'll tell you exactly. I don't know that this is confirmed, but my hunch would be they're probably just going to do Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
And then if that works, then they'll do
A
a
flashback.
sequel or prequel. So I'm going to just take a moment. I'm going to answer my own question, what I think would work in a movie like this. And I think that this is a good conversation to have now because, we have, Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie, that's in theaters. And I've said previously, I loved the first animated Mario movie. But let's be honest, that movie is a fan service movie. And from what I hear, and I haven't seen the second one yet, but I hear one of the criticisms now is like, okay, it's like too much fan service. It's like it's cameos and it's little like blink and you miss it, little references to the game where you get Nintendo fans that do like, Leonardo DiCaprio and go, oh, they point at the screen like, oh my gosh, that's a reference to that thing. And okay, that's fine. But at the core of it, I think Metal Gear fans are going to want a little more. Like, it's not going to be enough if he opens up a locker and there's a picture of Japanese
Ojima.
model
Yeah,
inside.
right,
And
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
go, oh my God, I blow your mind. Like, oh, you see that? That's from Metal Gear. And yeah, of course it's from Metal Gear. It's a Metal Gear movie. So it's going to have to be a higher level of writing and producing. Like, it can't just be a surface level Metal Gear movie, because that would be a disservice to the narrative and to the mythos of the game, because the game itself is very deep.
Yeah.
It's a deep game with a lot of deep lore and a lot of very heavy moments. I don't know how you would condense any of those games into one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're long enough where everybody needs their screen time. Like, you can't just have like a 5-minute
Be a
sequence with
series.
Sniper Wolf and then it's over. And then, oh, hey, we'll have like a 5-minute piece with Psycho Mantis and then that'll be done. And they'll throw in like a romantic angle and they'll throw in and I'm like, oh my God, please just don't Hollywood it up. Like, make it true to the source material. And I promise you the fans will come and the fans will love it. But you don't.
And whatever
People are
you
talking
don't
about,
get-
oh, we're going to get Alan Richardson. What was his name? Richardson. The big
Reacher,
dude,
yeah, Alan
yeah.
Richardson.
the big guy who beats up Nazis.
Blue
So
Mountain State.
everybody's
Alan
talking about they
Richardson.
want to get him, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
maybe, but I go, Solid Snake is not Rambo. He's the antithesis of that. In fact, I'm like,
Hmm.
no. Solid Snake is not the big buff, one-liners and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's not
Let off
Contra.
some steam.
Yeah.
It's not Contra, man.
More like a Kurt
If you want a
Russell
Konami
type
game that's
actor.
different than that, go play Contra. But Metal Gear is a very different creature. Solid Snake is a little bit, he's a little bit grizzly, a little bit rugged. He's a little bit reluctant. He's kind of like a little bit nihilistic. So you don't want this big buff superhero. It's not a Marvel
I mean,
movie,
Kurt
man.
Russell would have been ideal if he was still in his prime.
True.
Kurt Russell would have been ideal.
I swear Oscar Isaac at one point was tied to one of the Metal Gear Solid
That was
movie.
rumor. That was
That
rumor.
was just a rumor. There's a video of him doing some stuff. Maybe that was just
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
probably.
was
Yeah,
behind the
yeah.
scenes
But it's
stuff.
like, yeah, it's
Whatever.
not confirmed.
I mean, and you
I
don't
can
want
do
somebody
like a
that-
change.
Hold on, Nick. Let's let what's called finish.
You just don't want
There you
somebody that's either too big a name either. You don't want like I love Pedro Pascal, but I don't want like Pedro Pascal as Solid
No.
Snake or Jason Statham as Solid Snake. You're gonna put like a mullet on him or something. I'm like, no. You gotta cast this right. You really gotta hit this. You gotta hit all the key notes because, man, like I said, even like I see it happening like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. And like if you slip even a bit, people are gonna call you out. Metal Gear fans are rabid, and they are blindly loyal to Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. I'm that
another
guy.
one.
I'm not casting a dispersion. I'm
Yeah.
saying I'm one of you, and I care very much for the franchise. So to me, this is an opportunity to sort of right the ship, as it were. Like, I really like Delta. I thought that was great. I like that they're putting out these collections. I think we're starting to get back on track. And if we can't have Kojima, it sucks. But we're getting projects made by people who are rabid fans. Like, you could tell a lot of love went into Metal Gear Solid Delta. Fans of the original created that game, and
Right.
you can tell. They didn't screw with it. They only, I dare say it, they made it better. They polished it up and they used modern gaming tools to make even a better game, which is not to say they were trying to combat the original and beat the original, but pay homage to it. So just don't Hollywood it up. Don't
Have Tom Holland in it to play in Solid Snake.
yeah.
You know.
Messed up that Uncharted when them stopped. But go ahead.
No,
I got-
you called it. I mean, listen, I agree 100% with Civ.
Don't
Yeah,
Michael Bay it up, okay?
Yeah,
Like, I
please.
love Transformers like more than anything. Transformers, but you're taking something away from people when you don't do it right. Just
Yeah.
the tools are there, the story's there. Just take your time, don't rush it, cast it right, do your thing, and trust that it'll be a
And not
decent
only
product.
that, the fans will see it because if you're just hiring someone to play Solid Snake, like I just said, like Tom Holland, you get Tom Holland to play, people are not going to go see it to take it that seriously. But when you get an actor, I'm going to say, like, hypothetically, if you got Kurt Russell or say his son to play Solid
Wyatt
Snake,
Russell would be good. Yeah.
No, what I'm just
yeah.
saying is, you get someone like that who's maybe not a big name, but a well-respected name where you've seen him in enough stuff, and people are going to look at it in a different light because I'm like, wait a second, they're actually taking this seriously because they're getting actors that are more grounded and not flash and pomp and circumstance. They're actually trying to get actors that can play these characters. And for
best
people
thing they
that
could
don't
do
know
is-
anything about the game, that are being introduced to the game for the first time, that's going to also draw people to want to buy the game who've never seen the game, but because they were intrigued by the movie and how it was written, that's going to draw more people to the game, to the franchise, and that's going to, but if you're just going to, like Civ said, if you're just going to Hollywood it up, people are not going to take it that seriously.
Best thing
They're
they
not.
could do is not. I'll fix this whole project for them right now before it goes off the rails. This is the best thing they can do. You guys are familiar with Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
the Legend of Lara Croft,
Right.
It's a multi-part series where they follow Lara through. The best thing they could do is go to those people who did Castlevania and Lara Croft and what's the other one?
Devil May Cry.
No,
Devil May
Devil May
Cry.
Cry. Thank you. Go to them and
Wrong
say, hey,
Dante.
we want to make a multi-part Netflix episode, and you make it animated, and you bring back the original voice cast, you bring back Cam Clark, you bring back David Hayter, you bring all those
Absolutely.
guys. Flynn, what's his name?
Ian Flynn.
Darn.
Not Ian Flynn.
No.
God, darn.
Quentin Flynn.
Quentin Flynn. Thank you.
Bring those guys. All that voice cast is still around. Bring them back and do it like that, and then do maybe an 8-part episode, and then every episode, like you have an episode that follows around, like Vulcan Raven, and then the next episode he faces off against Psycho Mantis, and then you could do it so well, and you could take more than just an hour and a half or 2 hours. You could make a season worth of episodes.
That's
and it would
true. That's
It
true.
would be cheaper.
Yeah.
It would be better.
Did you wait?
There's
I got
no
an idea.
downside. It would do extremely well, and
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of danger.
See, that'd be the easy route.
after
Nick, I'm
this,
gonna go to you real quick, Nick, because that's the easy route for
Yeah,
sure. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, like I said, the formula is right there. Like you just mentioned 3 series, man, that actually conquered that. Right? Here's
I'll
the
tell you who
thing.
you get. Whoever did Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Right.
That
Right.
studio
Right.
is the studio you get to
Right.
do Metal Gear.
But now, if you don't want to, now for directors, if directors want to go that animated route, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, I get what, because chat's like is crazy good. So Waka in the chat, man, saying, making a movie adaptation of Metal Gear is like making a movie from a book. There's going to be a lot of stuff missing from the game that hardcore fans will point out, for sure. You're not going to fit everything
Absolutely.
from Metal Gear Solid in that
Yeah.
movie. You know what I'm saying? Because Metal Gear Solid is a 25+ hour game. You
But
cannot
it would
fit
be
in a
sacrilege to leave
Yeah, you can't
any
do
of
that.
the main characters out. Like you
Right.
can't make a Metal Gear movie without like Sniper Wolf.
right.
It would just be
You can't
impossible.
do that.
Because everybody would be like, "Oh my God, why did they do that?"
All right,
'Cause
so
for
the-
everybody whose favorite character in the game is Liquid Snake, there'd be somebody else whose favorite character would be Meryl, and there's somebody else who would think Psycho Mantis. So
Right.
Metal Gear appeals to different people with similar perspectives, but in different ways. So for me, like I've talked about Metal Gear 3 a lot. Like I'm in the minority opinion where I think the Fury is the best antagonist. Like I love the Fury fight, and most people are like they don't even remember. Everybody's like, oh man, no, the Fear is better, or any one of those. What's the old guy's name? The
The pain.
The pain.
The pain,
Yeah,
the fear, the guy with
the
the
fear.
sniper. Who's the old guy? What's his name?
The
end.
The end. Thank you.
The end,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
there he is.
So some people will, but so everybody has something they extrapolate differently. So I would be really hesitant to leave too much stuff out.
Right.
'Cause
So-
you're gonna get called out.
That's true. That's true. So
Don't Resident Evil it. Basically.
right, you ain't
Yeah.
lying.
Thank you.
ain't-
Thank
so,
you.
So here's the thing,
Yeah,
because
Femke
here's the thing.
Jankovic in it or
Here's the
whatever.
thing. Would y'all feel better? Right? And Les, I'm gonna get to your comment as well too, Les. Would y'all feel better that, let's say they make a couple, let's say they chop up Metal Gear, right? Metal Gear Solid. Let's say, it's a 2-hour movie. They end the part where Meryl got sniped by Sniper Wolf, and like, oh my God, Meryl, and then the credits roll, and then you gotta wait till the next Metal Gear for that continuation. Would y'all feel better about that?
Yeah. Or they do
But
it as
see,
a
but
Netflix series.
that is why I say
Yeah,
the show would be
just
better.
real quick. So that's why I think it's better if they serialize it and do it as a series because you can do cliffhangers better than say like, hey, we're going to drag you along for this thing and we leave it on a cliffhanger for a sequel that may not be greenlit. That is an old school movie technique that's also very disrespectful to the audience. And I think that if you don't tell a cohesive 3-part narrative, like a three-act narrative is a 1, 2, 3. If you don't finish your story in a contained manner and you do that kind of, for pardon the word, bullshit, you pull that bullshit on the crowd, people will revolt. It's not like the days it used to be where you could do that. Like audiences today are not having it. If you pay $50 for you and one other person to go see a movie and you didn't get a full movie, people would be pissed.
Yeah.
I would be.
Agreed.
And then, so I think it's more conducive to make it into a TV show.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Am I
Well,
wrong?
I agree for sure. Like I
agree.
said, that formula works. You know what I'm saying? But again, if they, if they would do like a live action TV show or anime TV show, for sure. You know what I mean? But that would work. That would definitely work for sure. You know what I'm saying? But if they want to fit it to like a 2-hour, 2.5 hour, 3-hour film, you know what I'm saying? I hope they know what parts to cut it off from. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens.
And we got to be honest about one other thing. As big as a Metal Gear fan as I am, and many other people are, it's not the draw that the name Mario or Sonic
That's
has.
a goal.
It's just not. I'm very realistic. I still think that games like Metal Gear and Dead Space and even The Last of Us, it's still a little bit towards the fringe aspect. It's not widespread. It's not for all ages.
It's not. It's not for
everyone.
Kids. Yeah.
It's just, you're gonna have to be like, a good Metal Gear game or movie rather would be at least PG-13. I don't think it would be an R, but it depends.
Yeah, but you can't go bring the little kids to
Gear.
it. You can bring the little kids to a Metal Gear. Not like.
I mean,
that. You know,
it's not known for it probably would be a PG-13 adaptation. It's not like the language is that bad. There's no nudity. There's, there's bloodshed, but he's a stealth killer. So you could pull that off with minimal blood. So still thinking you're probably around the PG-13. But that being said, you're not going to pull in those numbers that Sonic and
they won't. No, you're right. You're right.
No
They
way.
won't, but they will pull in those hardcore, hardcore people that know, or people that like that genre, you know what I'm saying? For sure. It's not going to pull in kids. You know what I mean? It's not animated. You're right. You know what I mean? So for sure, I get that, you know what I mean? But again, but now here's the thing. Les, I agree with you too. Les in the comments says the Final Destination movies are great, but I don't know if military sci-fi is a good fit for these directors. Metal Gear definitely feels like it should be directed by Cameron, which, okay. So my thing is...
like James Cameron?
Yes. So...
Oh, well, hell yeah.
And I agree with you on that one too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that, he's proven. James Cameron's proven already, you know what I'm saying?
If you made a Metal Gear movie that looked like Aliens, oh my God.
Right.
I mean, wow. Or like Avatar or something like that. Holy hell, yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick, man. So,
but you can see what they're doing already. They don't want this to be a AAA big blockbuster movie. It's going to be for fans. It's not going to be like, people probably aren't going to see something like this, like a trailer, and say, "Oh my God, like I've never heard of Metal Gear, but I just have to watch that."
Yeah,
like,
right.
No, you're gonna kind of get people who are pre-existing fans.
Now here's the key.
We would go,
right now.
But I don't know that other people would.
Now here's the key. I'm gonna end it with this as well too, Sid, because I remember, like I said, I was at that E3 panel 2017, I believe, 2017, when Kojima came out, Jordan Vogt Roberts was out. Kojima said this one thing. He says, and Jordan Vogt Roberts asked him, like, what advice would you give me when I direct this film? Sadly, I ain't directing film no more. But Kojima's like, deceive your audience. And I'm hoping that Kojima keeps his word in passing it on to these directors. He says, deceive your audience. What does that mean? We don't know. Is it going to be by the book? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? It may be a brand new Metal Gear experience, but this is what Kojima wants. You know what I'm saying?
But I swear to God, what I don't want to see, Smoke gave it, what did you say? Don't Resident Evil it. I'm along those same lines. I think what they should not do is don't do like what they did with the last Mortal Kombat movie. Don't create a character out of nowhere who's like the sidekick character, who's the comedic foil to he's palling around with his buddy Solid Snake, and he's like, I don't want to see Shia LaBeouf doing his thing. Like, well, no, I don't want that.
Indiana
Don't-
Jones 4.
I swear to God, if they miss the mark but try hard, I'll forgive them. But if they clown the living crap out of us with nonsense like that, if they want to do like if they put Kevin Hart in this thing and make it the next Borderlands movie or something, I'll be pissed off, man.
Nah, I
You
feel
know,
that.
it's
I
like-
feel that. I
if
feel
he-
that.
Character
if they
named
cast-
Cobra or something.
If they do like
yeah.
intentional stunt casting, like we're gonna cast Peter Dinklage as Psycho Mantis just because.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Dude,
Like, just kind of like,
yeah.
like stick to some semblance of a script here. Like, that's what fans are looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, here I'll end it with this question. We talked about it a lot. Who would you cast as Liquid Snake? Because I have somebody.
Liquid.
Liquid
I know I
Snake.
would just
As
cast
Liquid
Snake.
dude. It
I know
got-
I would cast as regular Snake.
I'm
but
trying to
not
think of like
Liquid.
some buff blonde. Man, I don't know.
There's a
Question?
definite answer, I
Yeah.
think, and one.
It's like some Tarzan kind of guy.
Oh,
I'm trying to think.
What's his name from Top Gun?
Glenn
Powell?
Glenn
Yeah,
Powell.
Glenn
Powell? Okay, yeah, I agree.
Glenn Powell would be funny.
I think Glenn Powell could work, but believe it or not, and you guys are gonna roll your eyes after everything I've already said. But
I would, yeah.
if he plays it,
We'll say
it
Chris
straight and he plays it just a little bit over the top,
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris Hemsworth would be a really good.
Oh, yeah, okay,
yeah,
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Because
I feel you on that.
he's
Yeah.
got the-
Chris Hemsworth's proven
Yeah.
when he was playing Extraction. He's
Yeah.
proven that he can do
He
it.
can
Yeah.
be a threatening presence, and he
Yeah.
can be that guy who you
Right.
would be menaced with. And
Yeah.
the other one
I would
think-
definitely give it to Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Chris Hemsworth would be a really cool Liquid Snake.
Yeah.
He played it right. He can't do like he did in Furiosa. He'd have to tone
Right.
it down and be like,
Yeah.
like play it really straight. But man, he would be cool with that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
My casting for Snake, regular Snake, is Jake Gyllenhaal right now. I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be a good or something like. You would
Nah.
think that he'd be crazy. You want like a
Nah.
Donnie
Not
Darko
rugged
crazy
enough,
like
man.
that?
Not rugged enough.
He's rugged.
Not
You
rugged.
didn't
Not
see
rugged
him.
enough.
You
Not
didn't see
rugged
Roadhouse?
enough.
I
Not
might
rugged
be-
enough.
Roadhouse?
I might
No.
surprise you by saying I kind of side with Nick. I could see it maybe.
Not rugged
I'd
enough.
have to
to
see
me,
it.
He got shredded for that
He was big
Roadhouse
as
remake
for
or
Roadhouse. He
whatever.
was big.
That's
How about-
like-
how about
that's a good
that?
example.
Those
That's a good
fights
example.
were-
Okay.
that-
All
those
right. All right.
fights were
I get
crazy.
that.
Because people
Those
expect
fu-
people are expecting someone like him to play. I'm like, nah.
Wait,
no.
wait! I have an insane idea. You know what I want? You know what I want from a Netflix show if they did this for the Psycho Mantis fight? I want Psycho Mantis to tell you what's in like your watch history or on your list. Could you
That joke be
imagine
funny
if
as
you're
crap, man.
if he's in the middle of fighting him and then all of a sudden he's like, "I see you haven't finished Stranger Things, Mark," or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh my
Brian,
God.
you're-
Right.
Brian, your episode's
you
behind
know
on
what?
the Great
I-
British Break Off. Brian, what
You know
have
what?
you been
You know-
doing or like whatever?
You know what, Les in the chat, man. I agree with you. Christian Bale and Rescue Dawn looks exactly like Snake from The Hair with Attitude. You're right. I agree because I've seen. I remember seeing that. Dude, that's a good
Yeah.
choice. I like that. Christian Bale from from Rescue Dawn. Yeah. So
Well,
I mean,
I can see Christian Bale playing as Big Boss possibly.
yeah.
I won't say I can't say he'd be a good Snake, but he would be a good Big Boss.
Right.
Well, Chris
Right.
Evans
Candy
with
for
a
Big
head.
Boss.
Put Chris Evans in Avengers Infinity War when he has the beard and the long hair. Give him a headband. What would that look like? Would that
I
look
mean,
like Snake?
No,
That would-
Chris Evans, no.
But I don't think you want to.
With the beard, and the hair,
No,
I think it
no.
would.
I'll
give
tell
him a
you the
headband.
guy. I'll
Someone
tell you the
fan art
guy.
that.
If it would have been many years ago, and they made a Metal Gear movie, and I used to be this dude's biggest fan, but now I just think he's a scumbag. But honestly, the best cast they could have ever done would have been Marilyn Manson for Psycho Mantis.
For Psycho Mantis?
Oh
I agree.
yeah.
No,
Marilyn
I feel
Manson.
that. I feel that. That would have been sick. That would be crazy.
Seriously,
That would have
Yeah.
been crazy. Yeah, I feel that.
I don't want anything to do with that
Nah,
dude.
nah,
Now, but
listen.
I mean, but he would have
But-
been. He would have been pretty perfect for that role.
Yeah, but listen, chat. Look out for the Metal Gear Solid movie coming out, man, real soon. Hopefully, we are satisfied with it. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. But we were talking about like people playing certain stuff. Let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna ask the panel this, and chat, you too. What if I say that you could be in the next PlayStation game? What if I said that? Introducing from the PlayStation blog, the player base, bringing PlayStation's biggest fans to blockbuster PlayStation Studio games. Here's the thing. Starting today, fans can apply for an opportunity to step into the first game is going to be Gran Turismo 7, with additional games to be announced in the future. For over 30 years, we've continued to look for ways to celebrate our gaming community, which has a vital role in PlayStation's history and future. Today, we're excited to offer the opportunity to bring some of our devoted PlayStation fans even closer to the PlayStation experience. Introducing the Player Base, a unique opportunity for PlayStation's biggest fans to step into some of the biggest game worlds by having their likeness scanned and appear within a PlayStation game. The player base will start with Gran Turismo 7 and will be looking to expand and include fans in additional PlayStation Studio titles in the near future. And of course, you can sign up right now at PlayStation.com/theplayerbase. Right. Here's my thing.
Interesting.
Years ago, I would have been ecstatic. I would be like, yo, let's all sign up.
Yeah.
But in the year of our Lord, with AI stuff like
I knew you were gonna say that, yo.
There we go.
There we go.
dog.
Yeah, who knows what they would do with our scans?
Yeah, right.
They will use
right.
your face and image in any other game. You're like, I'd like to
Exactly.
be in the game, and then, well, we already got you. Don't worry about it. We already paid you one
All
time.
these
That's
Dog.
NPCs, all these free NPCs for all these games in the background.
Yo,
yeah,
so
it'd be
yeah,
ridiculous.
right. Yeah,
We got Mark, we're gonna have Mark in the room of P Daddy.
Yo, yeah,
What?
yeah. So I'm saying, like,
You
you
know,
know,
GTA
and,
6.
and,
yeah,
and,
there
and you got
go.
listen. You got to have like 7 freaking lawyers to read like the actual agreement, man, because you know they probably gonna say like, yeah, we can sell your data, sell your likeness to any
Yeah.
other game, any other company.
How
Matter of
far
fact,
down they scan them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, and not even just in the PlayStation
Okay,
Circle.
wait, let's
hold on,
calm
wait,
down.
not even
Wait a
just
minute.
PlayStation
No,
Circle.
come on.
Wait,
All
wait,
we're
wait, wait.
doing is doing what other people do, like actors that they do mocap and they do. Like, come on, they're not
I
stealing
get it,
your
yeah,
damn
I-
social security number.
No,
Give
but
me a
still,
break.
let's say they sell you if they sell your likeness outside to like Johnson and Johnson products or something like that, man. You put your
They'll
face
have
on
Mark's
baby
face on
on
the
baby
baby.
lotion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
dude, so and of course AI right now with the whole AI thing, man. I mean, it can pull your face. Let's say there's a game, right, or a product outside right now that's like looking for faces, man. All right, I'm gonna pull Siv's face and put it in the NPC here.
Wait a minute, come on, this is non-serious. This
Yeah,
isn't-
this could be this. I'm trying to think of like the worst thing that could happen. You know,
The
what I'm
worst
saying?
thing that could happen is that my character in the game is a douchebag.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the worst thing
yeah.
that could happen.
Get
Or
hit with a car.
or let's say that they make you the character, whatever, and for some reason, sometimes it happens. A lot of us do some bad things out in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the company's got to pull that character from like, oh man, we got to pull Mark's use my real name, McNuts like this man from the game and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
they can make McNuts a Cowboys fan in a
Yeah.
Madden game.
yes, I'm saying like take me out of that, cuz you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. But again, but let me ask you this. See, I
That'd be
can
funny.
play devil's advocate in both ways. Like, dude, years ago, I was like, I'm down.
It's-
Would I be
it's
still
not
down
that-
fit? Maybe.
It's not that deep of a thing. It's like, look,
Yeah.
look, AI is a tool, and the bottom line is it's here to stay. No matter how people cried about this when CGI first came on the scene. I
Okay, Bob,
remember
we are
way
really
back
off
when.
topic. This isn't AI. This is they're going to scan your face
Yeah.
and put you in a
Basically.
game that
But-
they're going to tell you. They're gonna
Right,
put you
right.
in.
But again, you're looking at the
This
possibilities
happens
now
constantly.
too, with a lot of tools that a lot of
Once
companies
they have
use.
that scan, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying with a lot
let's
of
be honest. Yes, I mean, if we want to talk about AI, yes, AI is trash. But I digress. Your question was, if you had the opportunity, would you want to be in a
would I be in the
PlayStation
game?
game?
Yeah.
Hell yes, I
Yeah.
would.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm signing up for this thing as soon as we're done. You want to put me in? You want to put me in Gran Turismo?
Yeah.
I'll do that. I will do that crap for free, bro. You don't
Yeah.
even need to compensate me. Put me in. Yo, I already got the name that's perfect. for
Yeah.
me. Put me in the game, Coach. Put me
Make
in
me
the
a car. Turn
do it
Civ
for
into
free.
a car.
Listen. Like I said, y'all got the chat and you got the opportunity too. Like I said, PlayStation.com/theplayerbase.
That would be my trifecta. So I'm already on, a video game podcast. That's check number 1.
Yep.
I contribute to video game books and magazines. That's number 2. You want to put me in a video game? That's the triumvirate right there. That's the hat trick for me. I'm
Yeah,
good.
right.
You want to do those things?
And have Civ as a
I'm
voice
game,
actor,
dude.
too?
You want to immortalize me in a video game? Hell's to yes, yes. So
There
I'm
you
done
go.
with that
There you go.
segment.
I ain't gonna lie too. I would sign up myself as well too, man. For real, man. With everything, dude, put me as an NPC.
Mark be like this. I hate it. Go ahead. I'll sign up though.
Yo, and if you want to put my face on like baby oil bottles and ship them off to P Diddy, I don't care.
Yeah,
if that's
there you
collateral
say, yeah.
damage, I'm down. I don't care.
I mean,
Sure.
listen, but you ain't getting
Do it.
no cent from it, but you like this though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel
Yeah,
that. I feel that.
You're gonna get
You
used
know.
though. You're gonna sell like
Listen,
hotcakes probably.
that may be the high point for PlayStation. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? For those that are interested, definitely do that. The low point is, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that you got your consoles now. At this point, man, because the prices, that makes no sense to me. The prices are hiking up right now. This is from The Verge. Sony's raising PS5 prices by $100 right now. It is in effect. PS5 standard PS5 will cost $649.99, up from $549.99. PS5 digital edition will now cost $599 instead of $499, and the PS5 Pro will cost $899 instead of $749. F
Yeesh.
you. Can we blame tariffs? That's a different story. I don't want to talk about that because that's some bull crap, dude. So if you don't get your, first of all, I'm thinking old, as the consoles age, the price goes down. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time that I've seen that the price goes up, man. This is weird. You know what I mean? So if you can get your PS5 by now, good luck to that.
They
you know
better
what I mean?
not be talking about no damn PS6 and all. They don't got my
Exactly.
PS6 Pro.
Yeah, right. That's
Exactly,
around the
man.
corner.
Exactly. So I'm like,
How my
dude,
girl Greta said, "How dare you?"
yo, that makes no sense, man. So yeah, be happy about that, man. I mean, like, listen, good luck on getting a PS5 right now, people, because we'll see what happens. I don't know.
You want to know why?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know why?
Real.
Yeah, go ahead, Sid. Let's go.
All right. So, because I follow economics and I'm a pretty worldly dude and I've followed the current state of things. So here's the reason.
Okay.
Number one, Sony was not the first one to raise the cost of their console. That was Nintendo.
Yep.
Everything is getting more expensive in the tech realm right now.
Right.
PC components, motherboards, graphics cards, all that stuff. Not only are they getting more expensive, they're getting increasingly rare.
Right.
The number one reason for this is not the tariffs. Yes, at one point they contributed to this, but that has sort of kind of leveled off a little bit. There was a chip shortage for a while that contributed. So there are industries that get priority over the entertainment industry, which is this. So like car manufacturers, aerospace, security, mainframes, big business, stuff like this. They get priority. Like a lot of times when there are these big, chip shortages and there's only so much to go around, video games, kind of the redhead stepchild. Like, hey, not enough for you. So that's why the price is going up. But there is a bigger reason, and we're going to now have to talk about AI because all technology right now, all resources right now, all labor right now is getting diverted into this big new shiny tech investment that the tech bro gods have cast upon us, which is artificial intelligence. And that is the main reason. And, this is an explanation. This is not me blaming anyone.
Right.
But if you want to know the reason, that is the reason. This stuff is incredibly demanding. This technology that everybody's, making pictures of their face and, doing deep fakes with people hugging celebrities and doing stuff and, a panda drop kicking, Chuck Norris. And all that stuff is being fueled right now by all this technology that's like these server farms and data centers and all this stuff. And not only are they pulling resources that go into creating chips and motherboards and stuff like this and circuitry, that sort of stuff, it uses every type of power source you can imagine. So they're tapping into nuclear power plants. They need water sources to cool them.
There you go.
All kinds of stuff. So this super convenient new technology that's our tech overlords have bestowed upon us is immeasurably costly. There is a real world cost to this, and it's something we've never seen before. So you can't be mad at Sony for this.
Yeah.
It is just the laws of economics. They didn't just have a board meeting and say, hey, you know what? Why don't we just screw it with our whole marketing paradigm and just jack up the price of one of our core products indiscriminately? That is not how the business world works. Does it suck? Oh, yeah. Do I think you should be buying 3 or 4 year old technology at $100 more today than it did, like 4 years ago? No, I don't think you should. So I'm not advocating for that. And I'm not saying you should suck it up, but you should understand why. And those are the reasons. It's multifaceted, and it's also multinational. This isn't just a United States issue. This affects the entire planet.
Correct.
Nintendo did do this already. The price of the Switch 2 is not what it was when it launched.
Right.
The price of a lot of these things, they went up. And you got to start asking yourself why. Go to Best Buy, price out some computers, look at that technology. That went up too. And for Microsoft, since Xbox is kind of weaning out, like they're kind of like on their I hate using it sounds like I'm bashing when I say this, but they're on their way out the door, kind of. We're not probably going to see another Xbox console.
No.
So they don't care at this point. They're Microsoft. They're going to weather the storm and be out. But I know what the price of a new cell phone costs. I know what the price of a new Android and iPhone costs. I
Right.
know what these things cost. They all went up.
Right.
And sometimes you can play it off as inflation. Other times you can't. When you're charging $100 more, all of a sudden, there's a real reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's a real expense being, absorbed for probably a long time. Sony traditionally doesn't profit on console sales. That hardware, they don't make money on that most times.
Right,
Most
right.
times they take a loss. Even when the PS1, PS2, and PS3 were all sold at a loss, hardware cost wise. I don't know about the 4, and I'm not sure about the 5, but those 3 consoles, they basically sold them at cost or lower and took the hit because they knew they'd sell software on the back end.
Right.
So just I know it's a lot, I know it's boring, but you want to talk about it, that's what,
No.
that's,
Yep.
that's what's happening.
Right,
No,
right.
the more you know, and Civ, you are, I'll be the first to. We would all, I'm sure, here love to blame Agent Orange, but that is not always the case. And to be more informed and to be, knowledgeable as you are, no, never apologize for that. That is real and that is honest and that is true and that is unfortunate for all the little cat videos we can make now. Turn the cat into a dragon or a samurai or some shit like that.
Right.
There's also the ocean that is evaporated on top of a PC somewhere to keep it cool, so it makes it happen. The good and the bad. But hey.
And you know what? I agree with it. Walk in the chat says it's a shame that before almost everyone could buy a console, even for like 2 or 3 games, and now it feels like a luxury. Yeah, I mean, we get to the point now, especially in our generations, and it's going to be, near and dear in the future, man. When the 6 and the PlayStation 6 and 7 and who knows what other console's going to come
Still
out.
waiting on the Xbox 2, man.
Right.
We still haven't gotten the Xbox 2.
That's going to cost the same as like a small NPC, dude. You know what I'm saying? We got to listen. It's like bite the bullet in a sense. You know what I mean? For sure. But yeah, I agree with you on that too, man. Because again, like I said, it's the cost of the material. You know what I
Because
mean?
I'm sure I don't. Sometimes I'm very critical of companies that do things that don't seem to have the public's best interest at heart. And I know we see it a lot. And I'm the first to call it out. I think Sony does make mistakes. I know Nintendo makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox makes plenty of mistakes. Look, they do. They're not, they're not nonprofits.
Yeah, right. Right.
They're not saving the manatees. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like they do this as a business venture. But I also don't think that these, that they're necessarily the evil corporate overlords who all of a sudden just said, "Hey, we can stick it to these guys." No. It doesn't make any sense. You really don't want to make a financial change like that at this point in the game without just cause. And again, like guys, do I think you should go out right now and spend that exorbitant amount of money on a console? No, man. I don't think you should. Find a used one. Don't buy a PS Pro. I have a PS5 Pro, but would I be like, you need to get one? No, you don't need to get one.
Nope.
If your budget's tight, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the Lamborghini. You can drive the Benz and still just be as good.
Yep.
Now, I know I think the one compelling argument that's behind all this that's kind of swaying a lot of people that I've heard anyway is a lot of people are looking at this and like saying, hey, like if I don't already own a PS5, like maybe I should just lean more heavily into like, the PC aspect, be a PC gamer because, even though I told you like chips are still getting expensive too, like buying like, modern day graphics cards still expensive, but at the same time, at least you can over time adapt your rig, you can change things out, you can there's a sense of longevity. If you play it right, you can probably get just as good a machine. So it's something you could do, but on a long enough timeline, we are going to get priced right out the door on every piece of technology. If it has a microchip in it, you are going to get destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Because there's we cannot compete. I say this on behalf of gamers. I'm not against gamers, but we as a community of consumers, we should be upset that we are again put on the back burner when it comes to satiating the whims of the tech bro billionaires. I think that there's something that's deeply disturbing about that. It's their new plaything, and they've thrown this at us how many times? It's, sometimes, it's Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Other times it's an NFT. Other times it's this stuff that just keeps fueling this endless cycle of corporate greed. That's
Mhm.
really what this is. But it's not Sony necessarily. It's your Chat GPTs. It's your, open AIs. There's already this revolution. Listen, man, they want to build a data center like quite literally in my backyard.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Limerick, Pennsylvania is where I live. You want to look it up.
Yep.
I'm sandwiched between a nuclear power plant and potentially one of the biggest data centers on the East Coast.
Yeah, I've heard about that
Sucks.
too.
I don't want to live here, man.
Yeah.
Like, when's it going to be enough? So that's what's kind of, the pretext for a lot of this. Understand that, somewhere somebody's benefiting. And if it's
Mhm.
not me, and if it's not Sony, and it's no gamers, we're not benefiting by this. We're not getting a better machine. We're getting the same machine.
Yeah.
Who's
You're
benefiting?
right. You're right. So
Who is this really for?
So chat, count the cost, man. Seriously, if you're gonna go, count the cost, man. You know what I'm saying? This is just a poor timing in the sense I will say that, man.
It
But
is bad timing.
yeah,
It
it's definitely
really
poor
is.
timing.
It pushes me more towards using stuff like Game Pass and whatever. I mean, it's unfortunate, but like, it's you gotta get what you can. You're gonna get screwed regardless, so you gotta get your money's worth. But yeah, just that's why I'm also
Exactly.
preserving as much as my old collection as I can. Like I definitely remember trading in some stuff like, back when the struggle was real and you had to, get by on your dollars and your allowances and your chores and all that
Exactly.
stuff. So like,
Exactly.
preserve your stuff. Make sure you keep good
But then
care
that
of it and
parlays into a
everything. Yeah.
whole other topic
Yeah.
of like how everything is digital now. You don't even own the thing
Yeah.
you think you own.
Technically, yeah, it's
So
just
they
an excuse for me to use it, play
they
it or
will
whatever.
they will continue to take from you and take and take and take and charge you the same and give
Yep.
you less as long as you permit it.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
they're
Right.
not going to change unless you say something.
Right.
We have already cumulatively bought into this concept of digital media and we embrace it, and there's no going back. We are at a point of no return. That is already a lost war. Physical gaming is basically done. I
Mhm.
saw statistics recently. If anybody watches Mad Little Pixel, that dude does great breakdowns. He's very insightful.
Mhm.
He's a dude based out of, I think, California. He's super knowledgeable about the industry, and he does these videos on YouTube. So Mad
Right.
Little Pixel, but he dropped some stats on like digital gaming versus physical, and my mouth just dropped. I didn't even know it was at the point where it's at. It's like physical gaming is so minimal right now,
Yeah.
and GameStop misjudged it, and a lot of these big box stores,
Yeah.
even like Target doesn't sell physical games anymore. One of
Yep.
them, or Walmart, one of them just said basically we're done. We're not even
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
but they'll keep taking things from you until you put your foot down and say, hey, like it's enough. So if you want to send a message, I mean, maybe Sony needs to bite the bullet and take this to Congress and take this to the lawmakers and say, hey, like, we're a valid source of income too. We're a legacy company too. We are in the tech realm and we deserve every bit of resource that, we can get and make it a fair market, not just divert everything into, the billionaire's next play toy, because that's what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's my
Yeah. So,
TED talk.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
that's true. That's a good point, man. Like I said, man, you can see how the
Of course.
economy drives into the future, man, like this, man. But we'll see. Again, it's just a foresight. That's all it is,
Yeah.
man. So, chat, just remember that, man. It's always gonna be a foresight of what's to come, and just be prepared for that, But of course, listen, we going to think about the now, and of course, I know. First of all, here's the thing: we're gonna end on this fun note. Because everybody's been celebrating Easter, man. We had so much fun. Hopefully everybody had a great holiday as well, too. But we're going to talk about our favorite Easter egg video games, man. Favorite Easter egg video games. Because there's been a lot of Easter eggs. And this is a great thing to think about that, too, man. So many games make references to a lot of other things, man, that it just blows our minds, man. I got to ask the panel first, man. Like, what is your... Because I could go... You know me. I could already tell you my favorite Easter egg game. I think I told you that before. It's always been the debug mode for Sonic the Hedgehog, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it, dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember the freaking code to do that is like up, down, left, right, up, CC, up, down, left, right, A, start. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to remember it all the top of my head, but dude.
But that's the one where you can place objects through the level in the game, right?
Yes, and then
Edit
of course
level. It's like a level editor.
level
right?
editor. Yep, basically.
Yeah.
So it's so much fun. I remember as a kid when I looked at that, I forgot where I found that from, and I was like, yo, this is so awesome, man. Like, this is a great way to play the
How
game.
they not made a game like that? We got Super Mario Maker. How have we not?
They
gotten a
should
Sonic
have,
Maker
and I was
yet,
just
dude?
about to say that
Sonic
too.
Maker would go so hard. That
I
would
was
be crazy.
just about to say that. We need a Sonic Maker, man.
like
You know what I'm
2D
saying?
and 3D like that. Oh, that'd
Which
be
is going to happen.
sick.
No, you know what? We will to existence, Nick. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. It's going to be a Sonic Maker.
Woogity woogity, make
100%.
it happen.
5 years from now, easy.
Find some coins.
You know what I
charge
mean?
up, get
But-
the ball, charge up. We'll make it happen. Go
But
ahead.
that's just as me, man. I don't know what's your favorite Easter egg in video games, man.
My favorite one, I think one of the more unique ones, goes back to that same era, like back in the 8-bit era when it was from Metroid. Remember Metroid? on the
Yeah.
Nintendo Entertainment System. And
Ever
there
hear of that game? Yeah.
you would type in a code,
Mhm.
right? So it didn't have a battery save. You had to enter a code to, remember your progress. And I remember one time, I don't even know where I saw the code. It wasn't in a video game magazine. It was like in like TV Guide or something weird.
Are you
But they said,
serious?
yeah, if you enter this code, it's Justin Bailey and then a bunch of dashes at
Yeah.
the bottom. It starts you off with like the Zero Suit Samus and the wave beam with the ice beam it's like you're totally suited out, you're totally kitted out, all stats maxed, all the life bar
Yo.
tanks and all
That's
energy
cool.
tanks, and you just and you're super power. And I was like, Justin Bailey? And I'm like, what's that a reference to? Like, is that this person's name or something? And all these, so not only does the code work, it absolutely does,
Yep.
but all these years later, nobody can really figure out why that code works, who really discovered it.
Right.
Like, there's nobody in the development team that had that name. And
Mhm.
it's still, not only is it a good Easter egg, it's a great mystery because, I mean, what is it, like 40 years later, and still everybody's like, I don't know, like how
Yep.
this was found, where it was embedded, who's responsible for this, but the code does work. So it's a very cool Easter egg in that game for sure.
Dude, I love that, man. I was like, it's found on a TV guide, dude. I'm like, yo, what? So who?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, like, who would play in a TV guide all of a sudden, like it just randomly,
right.
dude. You know what I mean? Like, so
I don't know if it was TV Guide. It was a
right. It was a
non-video
regular
game
magazine outside from video game magazine, right?
It could have been anything. Like I'm struggling to remember, but it was the first time I had ever heard of it. And then like years later, this was even before like Electronic Gaming Monthly and all that stuff. Like this wasn't even like, you remember like what was Metroid? That was 86, right? So
Yep.
I mean, GamePro wasn't even around. I mean, so it wasn't a video game magazine. I know that for sure. But I
Right.
was just like, what?
Right.
And so I ran over to my friend's house. I didn't even own Metroid yet. He had the
Yeah.
Nintendo. I'm like, yo, type in this code. And it worked. I was like, wow. So
I
Yeah,
like that.
man.
I like that. Smoke,
Those
you got
weird.
any, memories of like any Easter eggs?
Man, so many, but I'll say GTA Vice City.
Yes, dude.
Okay, it was its own Easter egg for as a person who grew up in the '80s. Miami Vice was my go-to show. I'm so grateful it's getting a revival now. But Miami Vice, GTA was Miami Vice to me. That was my Miami
Yep.
Vice video, and especially when you had Philip Michael Thomas, who played as Ricardo Tubbs on Miami Vice, as playing as one of the leads in Vice City, as the Ricardo Tubbs type character in the game and all that. There was so many references in that game for GTA Vice City, from the music to just how you played the game, a lot of 80s references,
Mhm.
a lot of Easter eggs. I mean, I can go on from Arkham City to Duke Nukem, all
Yep.
those games, like I said again. So, but yeah, on top of my list would be GTA Vice City.
Oh, dude, I like that, man. I remember a lot of people's like finding a bunch of Easter eggs, man,
Yeah.
in GTA all the time too, man. I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me, dog. Like, how many freaking references they the devs gonna put in this game, dude? Nick, how about you? What you got, man, as far as Easter
So
eggs go?
it's funny because I was thinking back through, like, I grew up obviously in more like the 360 era of
Yeah.
game and all that, whatever, because I am a child, but well, not for long, but anyway, I was thinking of that, like GTA 4, the heart and the Statue of Liberty stuff, like even like the swing set glitch, I call that an Easter egg at this point, like,
Right.
or playing through Halo, all those great ones, Assassin's Creed, It's a Me Mario, like stuff like that. Like, there's been so many good ones. One that came to my mind that was always my favorite was in Saints Row the Third. If you go into one of the, not Party City, whatever it was called, Party Town, whatever the name of the store was, in the one district, if you go into the basement, there's an Easter egg for a noisy cricket equivalent gun that you can find for all of our Men in Black fans here. And it worked just like that. If you shot that gun, I forget what it's called. I think they call it like the loud cockroach or something like that. It was something different like that, right? And every time you shot it, your character was immediately off frame. You were gone. You were ragdolling like a mile behind. But it shot. It was fun. So I always loved getting like stuff like that, like those kind of like broken stuff like that. Like that was a fun one that came to mind. Like because that era was always so good. They're always doing fun stuff or like references to other games in between. Like in The Witcher, when you find that assassin dead in that hay barrel, and Geralt says like, I don't know why the hell he would jump in there. It's a haystack. Like that wouldn't
Yeah,
save a
right, right.
person. Like fun stuff like that. I love those kind of Easter eggs where it's just, you're just playing around and then like you find like that's the whole thing about this art
Yeah.
form and this like community together. I love finding the community-ness of it, like things in between. So yeah, that
You-
noisy cricket gun was so much fun.
When you
Dude.
find one that nobody else has found yet too, or you found it by yourself, like there are more recently, I don't know if you guys have played Toxic Commandos yet, but
It was good.
there are two Easter eggs in that game that I found that I was so proud of. So anyway, it's real quick. It's first person
Yeah.
game. It's based on John Carpenter. John Carpenter, helped create this game, but there's a lot of John Carpenter references in the game. So at this one point, you're in this sort of like this garage area and you're looking around and there's a really tiny poster like in this far corner
Mhm.
that says like escape from, and it's like a map of New York City,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
New York was a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
But it goes deeper because if you when you're in first person like that, if you turn your gun's flashlight on, it lights up, and behind and in the poster it says obey, and it has a picture of one of the aliens from They Live.
Right,
Oh, that's
right.
cool.
It's two Easter eggs in one.
That's a fourth wall break and a
And
fourth
then-
wall break.
Then there's even a better one than that. When there's one part where if you look at like there are like these storage crates, and on one of these crates is a really tiny QR code that almost doesn't register. But if you get just the right angle, you can get your phone and click this thing. And I was so proud. And I saw a link, and it took me to the link, and it was a Rick roll. I was like,
That will never not be funny.
it will
Dude.
never not be funny. So I
Dude,
got
I
Rick
remember
rolled by Toxic Commandos.
Civ and I found one time too, real quick. We were playing the Power Rangers beat 'em up, and we were
Yeah.
on we were in like the toxic waste level or whatever, like the sewage plant level. And sure enough, what was splashing around in that little vat of toxic waste were four little turtles just having some fun.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. Like I love that kind of stuff where it's like, or like when you're playing Uncharted and you see that Nathan Drake has a copy of like Crash Bandicoot.
That's
or
right.
Jak and
Yeah, that was
Daxter.
dope. Yeah, that was
Jack
dope.
and Daxter or something on the side. Yeah, that was always. Or The Last of Us had Jack and Daxter. That's what it
Yep.
was. Yeah. Oh man, I love this
It's
stuff.
so cool, man. And then chat, Brax, we were talking about Metal Gear,
Yeah,
man.
what
The
chat say? What we
the
got?
Psycho Mantis reading memory card data in Metal Gear Solid 2. Broly we talked about that as well too. That was cool. You know what I mean? GTA took a shot at True Crimes. They took a shot at True Crimes? The series? I didn't know that, dude. Okay. And then
Oh, GTA got too many Easter eggs.
yeah, I was gonna
I
say
don't
they
know,
got
man.
way too many. GTA
You
has
could
been
li-
stacked with
Red
with
Dead,
Easter-
Rockstar, Red Dead 2. You could go around that entire map finding Easter eggs, like the robot and like the giant and all that other stuff, like
Yeah,
the mammoth
yeah.
bones and all that shit. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, that is just crazy. And of course, TMNT in Borderlands. I didn't know TMNT was in Borderlands, dude. That was a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can do. Oh, I forgot about that. Like you could find like characters in there. I think,
Yeah.
and you could fight them.
I
Well,
did
even just
not
then,
know
like
that was a
Borderlands
thing.
2. I remember in Borderlands 2, you can go into an area and you can find creepers and you can fight
The
them.
Minecraft area.
The Minecraft one, and you can
Dude.
get
You can do
skins, so you
that.
could
You
have
can
Dude,
do
helmets.
that. That one's
that's
big.
dope. I like
In
that,
Borderlands
man.
2, you could get the skins and you could change your head to look like Minecraft head versions of your characters. So you could play as like Salvador, Zero, all those characters in Borderlands 2, but they were Minecraft. Yeah, that man. Oh man, I forgot about that one.
Dude,
That
that
was
is
like
freaking
Easter
dope.
egg in my brain. Dang.
Yeah, I think I remember one was like a Diablo, like old Diablo, man, where there was like a secret cow level, man, like a bunch of zombie cows or something like that, man,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
actually pretty
Or
fun.
even just like Cake, man, Portal, classic, something as
Yeah,
simple as
yeah.
that, or like good ones. I know in like Jack and Daxter, I think 2 or 3, behind like a wall you can glitch through. There's like foes of like the development team. I love like Easter eggs like that
Right,
too, where like
yep.
they have fun, they put themselves in
Yeah.
the game or whatever. Like
Well,
yeah,
that was like, again, since we're talking about Metal Gear, one of the really cool Easter eggs was when you got the camera, and you could go around to different points inside the game. If you went into first person mode and took a picture, sometimes you would get a ghost image, like you would see a face of one of the developers,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
would see
Yeah.
Kojima, or you would
It
see
was,
somebody
like,
else
scary,
like, from the
yeah.
development team. Yeah, it was spooky if you didn't know what to expect.
Right.
That was creepy.
That
if
was
you,
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
If you
dude.
did that, and then all of a sudden, like you're looking through your pictures, and all of a sudden you're like, see one, and there's like this ghost face sitting there. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
dude?
you know what that reminds me? Wasn't that in Sons of Liberty, man, where we use it to like take a few pictures, and when Otacon tells you like, oh, this is blah blah blah, this and that. I think there was certain areas, man, that you could take. The Otacon's like, wait a minute, what? You know, he said he got gets
What was that?
confused.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, at the beginning when you're doing the recon.
Right,
if the
right,
picture
right.
isn't good enough, he would kind of get in your face like, this has nothing to do with what we're looking for.
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah.
We
But
need
there was-
better pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was
Yo,
certain
what-
instances that Otacon was like, he was so confused at certain pictures. He'd be like, and you gotta look at yourself, man. I gotta look back into it, dude. This is so freaking dope,
Dude,
yo.
whatever, look, hey, real quick, whatever they do with Metal Gear, I need a line for line recreation of him explaining what otaku means. Whether it's on Netflix or live action or something like that, Otacon better be in that movie. He better be a squirrely little nerd running around freaking out, but
Oh
also
my
helping
God.
Snake out. That'd be great.
Dude, for
Oh man.
seriously, man. But Chad, let me know what your favorite Easter eggs been, man. Of course, man, since everybody's been celebrating Easter, you know, think about all the Easter eggs you've been playing throughout your whole life in video games, man, because you never know what could surprise you. And then, listen, we might get some upcoming Easter eggs real soon, man. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Listen, developers like to have fun with their titles, man, for sure. But yeah, you know what?
Play it.
Yeah, exactly. But that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting out of here. We thank y'all so much for hanging with us on this awesome episode of Pass Controller. Listen, you already know what to do, man. You know, if you enjoyed this episode, you got to make sure that you share it with all your friends everywhere on the internet, man. Make sure they don't miss this awesome special episode, man. Make sure that they go to the QR code is right down there. I see it right down there. I'm looking right down there.
It's not a Rickroll.
Yeah, it's not a
Rick-
Rickroll. You know what I mean? You
It
get
could
all
be.
of our links, everything.
Trust me.
So
It's
make
not
sure.
a Nick roll either.
It's not-
Anyway, move on.
Yeah, make sure that you definitely take advantage of that. You know, definitely hit up our links, man. Message us. You know, go on Facebook, man. We got a fan page just for y'all, PC Nation. You already know the deal. PC Nation, man. Everybody just hangs in there, just puts up what they want, man. As far as video games go, man, they're having a great time. So you already know how it is, man. Listen, we are getting out of here. We'll see y'all next month, man. And it might be a special guest, might not, but stay tuned, man. We'll tell y'all what it is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's going to be it for Smoke, for Nerding with Nick, for Civic, man. I am McNux. This has been Pass Controller. And as always, people, get good.
I just wanna tell you what I'm playing. I just gotta beat this game. We're gonna pass control. We're gonna play this dumb game. Anyway, we'll move on. We're gonna copyright strike. I couldn't make it this long there. I figured it out.
All right, y'all. Look, I gotta break out.
Yeah, sure. No worries. Yeah, we'll message and we'll figure out next month. No worries.
All right. Later, y'all.
See you, Smoke. Peace.
I was gonna ask when we wanted to do our next show. I guess he's already left, huh?
He said he had to go. But yeah, we messaged about figure it out. I'm not really sure which weekends work for me next month. I'll figure it out. So I'm pretty flexible. Let me think. I don't have anything crazy right now, but yeah, I'll let you know if anything